Guys, there is some amazing stuff coming to this space. And in fact, you got some analysts out there right now saying, look, within the next 72 hours, we could see a major breakout for XRP. Now, I know it doesn't feel like it because, we've been lingering around this $2 for quite some time. But guys, I'm going to tell you something. Hold it up above that $2 mark. That has showed tremendous strength for XRP. And because a lot of the consolidation that's going on there has been in a range of major accumulation. And you've heard me talking about it. The people that are out there accumulating like ridiculous amounts, we're talking into the tens, hundreds of millions, if not billions dollars worth of XRP institutions. The demand has been off the Richter scale. It is wild. And of course, you've got all these market makers out there that these guys have working for them to really just keep the price within a range, right? And that's where we're seeing XRP staying at that $2 some range in there between between 203 and 215, somewhere in there. Well, a lot of analysts have said, hey, listen, we've lingered here for a long time, and we have now come to a massive apex, and it is going to break out. They really do believe that it is going to fire off, and it's going to happen so fast. Now, we have all, look, I'm going to tell you what, Judy and I have certainly been there to see it when it happened for us in 2020, 2021. You've heard me talk about how it tinkers along just like this and fires off. But guys, I want to tell you something. If you've even been here just for the last few months, you yourself have seen it. You may not have recognized it, but you did see it. Remember when we saw that scammy wick come along and the price of XRP just literally plummeted within minutes to $1.25? Do you know what happened within probably 1 hour's time? The thing absolutely shot back off well up to what, $2.70. That right there, guys, was a massive firecracker way back up. Did you see? And a lot of times we missed it because, of course, all we saw was the drop. We forgot about the pop back up. And I'm going to tell you something. These things have been there. And XRP, for whatever reason it seems, it just tinkers along. It seems like nothing, absolutely nothing is going to happen. Then, pow, it just absolutely rages. And we have seen this happen time and again, time and again. Now, back in 2017, and I would very much encourage you to go to TradingView, take a look at the chart for the time frame that we're in right now for 2017. Do you realize how few people believed that XRP in just literally, what, a couple more weeks was going to fire off and do some of the biggest percentage gains in any asset in this entire asset class that had ever been seen before? Most people didn't believe that, guys. Most people actually believed that the run had taken place because a lot of people that were into XRP for any length of time back then had got it under 1 penny. Well, in the middle of the year of 2017, the thing shot off to go over to 20 some cents, which is a massive move when you think, in the beginning of the year, you're buying it at 0.006. The thing fires off, goes over 20 cents. That's a massive, that's a 20x return. Unbelievable, right? Well, most folks thought, hey, this run is over because they also had a major scammy wick back there in 2017. And so when it popped back up, a lot of people are thinking, well, maybe this is it, and I'm taking my bat and ball and I'm going home, and they capitulate their positions. And literally like that, the thing fired off to go well over $3. Now think about this. This is truly mind-blowing, and I know a lot of you know it, but it is really hard to digest it genuinely. XRP was 0.006 on January 4th of 2017, and on January 4th of 2018, depending on the exchange, you got up there to $3.84. Now think about that. A $6,000 investment would have bought you a million XRP at the beginning of 2017, and just 1 year later, that same $6,000 was worth over 3.84 million at the top and around 3.4 million, guys, at the mid-range. Get that? So for all these folks that think, hey, nothing can come out of XRP, guys, we have seen it happen so many times, and it has made the fortunes of so many. And this is where I try to get out and share with you, get perspective. Look at what's happening now. You got the TA side for sure. It is theory based, but there's substance to it, guys. You've got the fundamentals. Now, the fundamentals are absolutely screaming for undervalued asset for XRP. I mean, when you consider everything that's going on in the wide world and how they are literally wanting to tokenize every single asset there is in every asset class, you got the Bank of International Settlements, the International Monetary Fund, our own Federal Reserve, by the way, using distributed ledger technology for FedNow to do instant domestic payments. We can see the Genius Act, the Clarity Act, and all that. The fundamentals are absolutely screaming, for this space. And XRP, when you consider the utility it has and the application it has and how it is positioned literally to take on a lot of this, tokenization in real world assets, because that's its name of its game. You can tokenize anything on the XRP, absolutely anything. And value for value, 3 to 5 seconds of TPS, that is insane. Transfers per second, 3 to 5 seconds. I think it's like 1,500 transfers per second and that kind of stuff. So the fundamentals are there. And of course, sentiment. That's where they get most people. Do you see, most of retail is relying on sentiment. They are. Now, you may not think you are, but check your emotions. Check how you felt when XRP was firing off and really doing well and amazingly high. And you were getting in and you were so excited and all that was going on, you're really learning about it. Then when it tanked like that and you woke up to $1.25, how did you feel then? Sentiment, guys. And that's where, the educated investor, the strategic investor is realizing, hey, where does the value lie? Well, the value doesn't lie in the day-to-day price action, which is obviously manipulated. We all know that. It lies in the protocol, in its potential application, right? And that kind of stuff. And we're right there, guys. We are right there. And so when I read these articles and I'm listening, to the space, and I'm taking it all in, not just the fundamentals, but the technicals and the sentiment and all that. You wrap all that together, and I'll tell you what, do you ever have some kind of a firecracker for XRP? And I believe between now and the beginning of this first quarter of 2026, it is going to literally boggle people's minds what is about to happen in the wide world and how XRP is going to fire off. It is really, that is my 100% biased opinion, guys. And I make no bones about it. I come out here and I tell you flat out what I think and feel and believe. At the same time, encouraging you to get out there and really, educate yourself and get ready for what's coming. And I would never, and I will say this again, I've said it so many times, I would never make an investment based on someone else's conviction. I wouldn't encourage you to do that either. I would encourage you to get out there and really see what's coming, because I'll tell you guys, a lot of people are going to miss it. They are going to miss it. They are going to miss it so bad, and they're going to be kicking themselves. I kid you not, because how many people have you sat in your circle of friends and talked about XRP? I'm guessing it's a lot. I know for us it's a lot. We've told almost everybody. We're practically evangelists for XRP. Come on. But, how many people have actually acted on, on what you shared with them? I bet you